Roma helmu zupatou, Burghard, Burghard, krví celou strakatou, Burghard, Burghard.
Get over here! We've got an intruder!
Calm down. I'm just going to talk to Burkhardt. I'll find him, talk to him, and then I'm gone.
I'll beat you! Fucker! Show what
You won't get away with that, bastard!
Run!
How did the bounty for Burkhardt come about?
Still can't remember? Bailiff Thrush will apparently pay anyone who brings proof that the murder has been dealt with.
I'd say you can sleep peacefully again. Burkhardt is dead. I killed him.
Finally. After all these years. But
what?
I don't know. I suppose I thought I'd feel a lot more relieved. All those years of suffering, and what's at the end of it? Still the same emptiness. But don't let that trouble you. Tell me what you did with Burkhardt's gang.
Of course, I was careful. They didn't even notice me. But whether any of them will change their ways, I can't say. Maybe I just made someone else's life harder in the future.
That's possible, I won't lie to you. But even so, I'm proud of you. By the way, what about Burkhardt's helmet? Do you have it with you?
Sure. Why do you ask?
I was just thinking it could use a splash of color. And not just it. I could paint that cursed helmet on your shield. What do you say?
Do whatever you think best. I'm just glad you didn't get yourself killed.
Just make sure you don't regret it later. But I truly appreciate everything you've done for me. I hope you know that. And before you go, I'll paint that helmet nicely for you. You'll be amazed.
Now, gratitude is a fine thing, but still. I saved you from wolves, looked for pagan shrines and basilisk eggs for you. Don't you think you owe me something?
If it's about coin...
To start with, a few clear answers would do. What's your real name? Voiter doesn't seem to suit you. And that Voitekus? I can never remember it.
See? And both are true. One in Czech and the other in Latin. But I've had many names in my life. Some completely ordinary. Others so grand, they'd leave you breathless. But just call me Voiter. And don't trouble yourself with the rest. Oh, would it change anything between us if I told you I'm now Wizard Zito or John Barleycorn?
Where did you get that skull of yours?
What kind of question is that? Where did you get yours?
What? Well, obviously, it's mine. I've had it since I was born.
See? And it's the same with me. Maybe I didn't have it in the cradle, but it's always been here, waiting for me. Somewhere.
What really happened between you and those two who tied you to that tree?
You just have to keep reminding me of that, don't you?
Don't laugh, I mean it. You say they cheated you at dice, and they say you foretold their deaths with that skull of yours. I'd rather believe you, but I'm not entirely sure.
Neither am I. Of anything, anyone, or ever. But we know each other well enough, don't we? Have I ever foretold anything for you? Or cursed you?
No.
Then stop asking me about those two, or I'll do it.
How did you really find out about Velis's shrine? Even the locals have almost forgotten it.
You'd be surprised at all the things I know, and all the things you could know, if you stopped now and then to think.
What really happened between you and Burkhardt? You said you knew him. How?
Henry, please, don't ask me about him. I'll gladly talk with you about anything else, but I want to put him out of my head for good. Out of both of them.
Well, thanks a lot for your answer.
Are you angry with me? I swear I haven't lied to you.
Only because you didn't tell me anything worthwhile. You're quick to change your tune, aren't you?
It's just... everything is more complicated than it seems. But you're right. You deserve an answer. Except, between these walls, it's hard for me to open up. I need to be on solid ground, at home, to speak more freely. My work here in the Trotsky region is finally done, but I'll stay a little while longer. I'd like to get to know the place better, and with a bit of luck, I won't end up tied to a tree this time. But I'll head home soon, to Kuttenberg. You know what? Stop by and see me there sometime. I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about.
What if I want my shield painted again? Where can I find you?
Like I said, I'll be staying here for a little while. But if we meet in Kuttenberg, I'd be happy to paint something for you there too.
All right then. I'll meet you in Kuttenberg.
I can't wait, my friend.
Greetings.
What happened? Why are you all covered in blood?
I need to get to the Kuttenberg region.
Then get ready to spend a few days in the carriage, mate. 'Cause of those bloody bandits, we got to take all sorts of detours and stay off the main roads. But if you got the time and the coin...
Here you go.
All right, give me a mo. I'll get the carriage and horses ready. Good. All done. The carriage is ready.
Let's get going.
away with that weapon? You are beginning to make me nervous. Get over here, or I'll call the guards.
Easy.
You're lucky. We could have sorted this out peacefully. Guards!
Silly doggy.
Henry! So you finally came. Welcome to my workshop.
Wow. This is practically a palace. I didn't expect you to be so well off.
Well, since I bought it, I'm not anymore. The previous owner was more than happy to get rid of it. Unfortunately, when I fell through the rotting floor in the upstairs room, I understood why. I've spent the last few years trying to fix it up, but you know how it is. Never enough time, and it costs a fortune. But don't worry. I didn't invite you to help me build.
Indeed. I'll be happy to lend a hand. Thanks for inviting me.
I should be the one thanking you for everything you've done for me. But first, I need to show you something. Come on. So, what do you think of it?
Well, honestly, I don't see much in it yet.
I admit, right now it's just a few strokes, but can't you see what's in them? Try looking to the future a bit.
Well, judging by how excited you look, I'd say this will be your great masterpiece, right?
Exactly. My whole life, I've hoped to paint something amazing, something people will remember even 100 years from now. And I believe this is it.
Well, that makes me happy. So what's it going to be when it's done?
An altar. The greatest and most magnificent thing you can ever paint. Frescoes of hunting scenes are nothing compared to this. The abbot of Skalitz monastery got a St. Vitus relic from Sigismund and wants to redesign half the chapel for it. The best craftsmen in the entire town are working on it.
The best? So how did you end up involved in it?
What the hell are you doing here?
I just wanted to greet an old friend. It must be 20 years since we last met. While I was painting for the lords in Italy, you surely didn't even set foot outside Gutenberg.
Is that why you came? To strut around?
Not at all. I came to console you. That big commission of yours for Sedlets. Well, it seems the abbot finally came to his senses and picked someone better.
What? That's impossible. The abbot and I have an agreement.
You had an agreement. Don't tell me you've learnt nothing since the last time.
How dare you?
Go on then. Spit it out.
You fucker! That's what Voiter wanted to say. But unlike you, he has enough decency to bite his tongue.
So he hired you for his dirty work? Maybe he's finally learned something over the years. Now, I really must be off, but do stop by the baths at the horse market sometime. We can reminisce about the good old days. And if you ask nicely, I might even let you watch me paint.
Who was that?
His name is Bellissimo, and he paints too.
And why did he treat you like a leper?
Let's just say we haven't been on the best of terms for quite some time. But that's not important now.
You're always saying that. This isn't important. Leave it be. Now's not the time. I can't tell you that. Damn it, Voiter, I'm trying to help you. But how am I supposed to do that if you won't tell me anything?
Oh, all right. Years ago, Bellissimo and I studied together, and we were actually friends, in a way. He was the one who suggested I start going by some Latin name. He said it would make a better impression outside Bohemia. His real name is Bella, but he started calling himself Bellissimo. It never really caught on here, though. People called him Bullshitimo. And it suited him. He turned out to be a proper backstabber. We haven't spoken for years.
Did I hear that right? He stole your commission for your big project?
I'm afraid so.
What do you plan to do now?
As far as I can tell, I have two options. Either tuck my tail between my legs and forget about the job, or find a way to get rid of Bellissimo. How the hell did that bastard pull it off? I had an agreement with the abbot.
Giving up is not an option. So, we need to get rid of him.
We?
Of course. You didn't think I'd leave you to handle this on your own, did you? Could we steal his brushes? Like they stole yours back in the Trotsky region?
I get why you'd think that, but you're forgetting. This is a big city. Bellissimo would have new brushes in a few days. It wouldn't even slow him down.
What if we dug up some dirt on him and explained why it'd be in his best interest to give up the commission?
It's true that Bellissimo's conscience is filthier than my apron, and it doesn't even bother him. Did you hear the way he smugly invited me to the baths? Ha! But you know what? You should pay him a visit there. Try to find something we can use against him. And more importantly, how the devil he managed to snatch that job away from me.
Where did Bellissimo say you should visit him?
At the baths near the horse market. We used to go there together. And it seems he's decided to move in there now. Oh, yes. He always dragged me to the baths. Spent his last groschen there. And when they threw us out, we went next door to the garden. Bellissimo even set up a small workshop there for himself. At that time, I had no idea what kind of scoundrel he truly was.
Do you think he tells his secrets to the bathmaids? Girls usually don't care much for the ramblings of an old rake.
What do you mean, old? Bellissimo's 6 months younger than me. And you'd be surprised how captivating he can be. People always ate out of his hand. Even I once did.
What if I went straight to Bellissimo, put a knife to his throat, and told him to drop the commission?
No, knowing him, he'd promise you the moon and stars, then go running to Sedlet's to complain. And I'd be left with nothing.
All right. I'll go to the baths and see if I can dig up some dirt on him.
Ask the proprietor about him. Her name's Beatrice. We know each other a bit, so she might be willing to help us. Meanwhile, I'll head to Sedlet's to find out what's got into the abbot.
It happens! Just watch where you're going next time.
He's nothing but a bloody fraud. I mean, who the hell does he think he...
What do you need?
The one with the itchy prick. He didn't tell you anything.
I hear your services here are so renowned that even one famous painter comes to visit you.
One? Well, we've entertained whole crowds of painters here. Sadly, most of them have a bit of trouble keeping their brushes firm.
Interesting. The one I'm looking for is called Bellissimo.
Oh, him. Oh dear, what's he done now?
Well, I don't really know the man, but I'm interested in painting, so I thought it might be useful to have a little chat with him.
Ah, well, suit yourself. Spend the whole day blabbering if you like. If he's not loitering around somewhere, he'll be upstairs in his room, so feel free to wait for him. Don't expect a fruitful debate. That painter of yours is plastered more often than not.
Bellissimo drinks.
Like a fish. And when he runs out of booze in his room, he comes down here among the guests. I've had to throw him out so many times to sleep it off in that shack of his, across from the baths.
Tell me something more about Bellissimo. I need to know what sort of man he is.
Lad, there's not much more to tell. He's just a drunk, a lecher, and a filthy pig. When I was a little girl, I actually liked him. Even his friend. They were always laughing and sketching something. But then I found out what a scoundrel he is. And the fact that he kneels to pray in his old age now and then, just for show, doesn't change a thing.
What's the story with Bellissimo's piety?
I'd like to know that too. When he first came here, he kept crossing himself as if the devil himself was standing behind him. But then he went to Skalitz, and ever since, he's back to being the same old swine as before. There's definitely some dodgy business behind it, mark my words.
Where would I actually find Bellissimo?
Like I said, mostly here, in the baths, in that garden of his, just across the street, or up in his room. He spends most of his time there.
And what does he do there? Paint?
More like getting plastered. Drinks all night till dawn, then spends the day sleeping or sitting in the garden.
Which room belongs to Bellissimo?
I'll tell you exactly. The one that reeks of booze the most. You can smell it from the attic all the way down here. The girls always have to air it out before they take someone in. Who knows what that slob is doing up there? Drinking certainly isn't the end of it.
Couldn't I have a quick look around? Maybe I'll find something that'll let you kick him out for good.
You've no idea how much I'd like that. But unfortunately, if anyone found out I was letting strangers into the rooms, I might as well shut the place down. If you want to hang around here, pay for a wench.
I'll have a beer.
Can I find Bellissimo somewhere else?
You'll have to ask him yourself. I don't keep track of his every move.
Listen, you said Bellissimo used to have a friend. Was his name Voiter, by any chance?
The very one. Well, do you know him? Well, a bit eccentric, but a really decent fella. Maybe too decent.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. I curse about Bellissimo because he drives me mad, but I don't feel right telling you about Voiter.
You can tell me. Voiter is my friend. I'm helping him with something now, but you know him. He doesn't tell me everything. And I'm afraid that without the whole truth, I might only end up harming him.
Fine, all right. You know, Voiter and Bellissimo were friends. Well, friends. Bellissimo kept dragging Voiter around, and Voiter was too meek to say no. Bellissimo even stuck his nose into Voiter's first big job, but then he managed to have Voiter kicked off the job and took all the benefits for himself. But how he pulled that off, only the two of them know.
Thank you for everything. You've been a great help.
You're welcome. And please, watch out for Voiter.
My body is in need of rest.
And what are you...
I'd like to get to know one of your pretty bathmates.
My girls know how to make a fella happy.
What I really need right now is a little taste of paradise.
Excellent. Pay up and we can get started.
I'll gladly pay you.
Great. My girls will take good care of you, Henry.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Reeks of booze in here. This must be Bellissimo's room. So, Bellissimo is working for the monastery for free because he is afraid of going to hell. That could come in handy.
What are you poking around that door for, eh?
I'm curious what you'll paint on that shield. What can I choose from?
Whatever you like that my paints and skills suffice for. First, tell me if you want an open ground, or if you'd like the shield halved, or quartered, or maybe have chevrons. Then we'll decide together on the colours of the individual parts. And to finish it, I can even paint some figure there, like Lord von Berghoff has his winged fish. Watch out, though. It won't make a noble like him out of you. And if it turns out you don't like it, we can always start again.
I've figured out what's going on with your Bellissimo.
I'm really trying. Honestly.
What? What did you say?
Me? Oh, nothing. So, tell me, how did Bellissimo manage to take my commission?
It's really simple. He'll do it for free. In exchange for painting the altar, the monks in the monastery will pray for him so that God forgives all his past and future sins.
That bastard. Even if they prayed for him until Judgment Day, he'd still end up in hell.
That's exactly what Bellissimo's afraid of. Or at least, that's how it came across from the agreement he made with the abbot.
So he's afraid of hell, our Bellissimo. Well, that's something we could use. But we need to get him out of the bath somehow.
Well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Beatrice told me Bellissimo drinks in his room, but when he runs out of booze, he goes downstairs and causes such a ruckus that they have to throw him out. After that, he sleeps in his workshop, in that garden across from the baths.
Oh. Well, that's perfect. An isolated place, away from people. If we set it up properly, he might just fall for it.
Fall for what?
That the Horned One himself has come for him.
Now this is getting interesting. What's your plan?
It's simple. First, we need to get Bellissimo drunk enough to be thrown out of the baths, but instead of a cozy bed in the garden, he'll find the Prince of Hell waiting for him. You'll disguise yourself.
I'll disguise myself.
Bellissimo would recognize me, for heaven's sake. And in the disguise, you'll tell Bellissimo he's damned to hell. And if he wants to save his soul, he'll leave Kuttenberg and beg the Pope for forgiveness. Actually, both of them. And then farewell, Bellissimo. Settle its altar, here I come.
I'll tell you, it's insane. But, who knows? If we get Bellissimo good and shit-faced, he might fall for it. So, how are we going to turn me into a devil?
First, we'll get you some tattered clothes, chains, something like a tail, and horns. And you'll need a proper snout. Once I paint it all a bit... You know what? Bring me a bassinet with a visor, 3 torches, and 5 eggs.
5 eggs?
They're the most important part of all this.
If I have to give them to the toads to hatch again...
Don't worry. We're done with that.
So, I heard this isn't the first time Bellissimo has taken your job. How did it happen before?
I don't really know. We were painting the Guildhouse crest here in town. Everything was going fine. But one morning, when I arrived, they threw me out. They said Bellissimo would finish it himself, and if I dared complain, they'd make sure I never painted another stroke in this town. How that bastard pulled it off, I never found out. And honestly, I don't even want to know anymore. It's in the past. I just want to get this commission back.
And how do you plan to get Bellissimo drunk? The madam said he drinks in his room and only comes downstairs when he has to.
I'm not saying I've got everything figured out yet, but I'll definitely come up with something before you get back.
All right. I'll go and gather all those things.
You shouldn't be
careful.
out here alone.
It isn't
like
safe
this.
around here.
Awful things have been happening here. Rumours my off. My respects. Good to see you, lad. What can I do for you?
What do you have for sale?
You made a fine purchase. Take care, Henry.
Illustrious bailiff knows that people have enough work of their own. Something useful, he isn't going to force anyone
Tell it
to work
to
on
the
Rampart.
birds.
He also knows the times are hard. So if anyone wants to...
Keep close to the others. It's not safe here. summer evening and the color of the most precious. Willkommen. Gepriesen sei der Herr.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Danke, das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Vielen Dank. Es war mir eine Freude, mit dir Geschäfte zu machen.
Take care. Take care. Best of luck to you.
That nobleman came back.
Yeah, great. Everyone just gapes around, but doesn't buy anything. Anyway, what would you like?
Wonderful day
Nothing.
for a
Thanks.
wonderful purchase.
What do you need, sir?
I'll have a look at your wares.
I'm glad you found what you needed, sir.
Onions! Strong onions! White, yellow, and red! What would you like, sir?
I'll have a look at the wares.
Thank you, sir.
On the market.
And come again.
Pardon me.
Roads!
I brought the things for the devil costume.
You've messed this up.
I brought the things for the devil costume.
You've messed this up.
I brought...
You've messed this up.
I brought the thing...
You've messed this up.
I brought the...
Yes, this will do. Come on, let's get to it. Well, that's that. What do you think?
Well, I didn't much believe in it, but even I'd shit myself with fright from it.
Shame I won't see the look on Bellissimo's face. Right, Take all this and get going. We've got a lot to do. First, you need to get Bellissimo drunk enough to be thrown out of the baths. Then, when he's sleeping in the garden, you'll decorate the place a bit, light the torches, and then Bellissimo will know hell on earth.
How do I get Bellissimo drunk enough to end up in the garden?
Beatrice said he goes there when he gets thrown out of the baths, right? That's exactly what you need to arrange. Sneak into his room and take all his booze. Then, when he goes down for a drink and gets a little tipsy, you sit with him. After that, keep pouring it down him until he causes a scene and gets thrown out. But be careful not to pass out before he does, and make sure to wait until he's a bit merry, so he doesn't catch on to you.
Actually, I'm already a step ahead of you. When I was at the baths, I cleared all the booze from Bellissimo's room. Now I just need to sit with him tonight. How do I turn Bellissimo's garden into hell?
I'll help you with that, if you like. While you're getting Bellissimo drunk, I'll paint a devil on the wall and smoke up the place with sulfur. Then you just need to light the torches you've gathered and dress up in that costume.
Do you really think Bellissimo will fall for it?
Don't worry. The garden will be dark. He'll be drunk, and you'll look like the Prince of Hell. That's bound to rattle his guilty conscience. Just talk about sin, and how you've come to take him to hell because his time has come. And don't do any silly antics like boo-boo.
And why did you need the eggs?
I'll have them for breakfast.
You're a right cunt. All right. Let's get it over with.
Chin up. The Prince of Hell can't be a crybaby.
You silly...
Did I imagine it?
Leave that door alone, you bastard!
What are you doing?
At once!
To Miss
I surrender!
Tried to pick that fucking thing and right up.
All right.
Now show.
All right.
All right. In that.
Shit on his hands and don't give him any water.
What are you waiting for?
Fucking
on
thief.
your way.
Come in.
I've been darning and sewing since morning. I haven't even eaten. What's that I hear?
All right.
Who's
What
that
was that?
creeping around?
Very odd.
Greetings.
It must be over now, whatever it was.
Christ! Pardon me.
Du, komm her. Willst du etwas trinken?
Greetings. Care to have a drink with me?
Indeed, friend. Booze is my middle name. But hey, you look kind of familiar. Haven't we met somewhere? No, wait. Maybe somewhere else, right?
No, I just have one of those familiar faces. Come on. Drink before it gets warm.
You're right. What should we toast to?
To God's grace.
And to always being able to buy it so cheap. Oh yeah, God will have to turn a blind eye to me. A good Christian lives differently.
Women, booze, gambling and brawls, eh?
Oh, that was before. But when beer started slipping into liquor, gambling into debts, and women into one oddly tempting hole in a fence, I realized I needed to change my ways. But never mind that. What should we toast to now?
To truth. The only path to freedom.
Well, to be honest, I don't really tell the truth much. I mean, Christ, this beer is strong. And that's the truth. What was I saying? Oh, right. Out with the truth. Out of my life. I don't know about you, but I'm still thirsty. Let's have another one, eh? One for the other leg.
We already did one for the other leg.
Ah, bollocks.
See? We haven't done that toast yet. To the lovely girls who make life bearable.
To them especially. By the way, do you know why the beer here is so damn good? It's got a certain secret ingredient.
Oh? What? What's that?
Beatrice always buys a big barrel, pours out half, and then... And then
what?
Then all the girls here take turns bathing in it, one after the other. Hey, I'm feeling a bit odd. Maybe I'll just lay down under this table, what do you think? Don't throw up on me down there, alright?
What? Under the table? Oh, you're supposed to get kicked out, so you go to the garden. I mean, that is... Oh, damn. Just under the table.
Listen, friend. Do you also suddenly have really wet hose? The ground keeps getting closer and closer.
I'll give you some
it.
sweet nectar.
The idiot passed
and
out.
maybe something more.
What now? Oh, well. Nothing else
Why are
for
you
it.
lying here?
I'll have to
It
carry
happens.
him to the garden.
Just watch where you're going next time.
Trinken. I want to drink.
I'll give you some sweet nectar.
Sleep sweetly, Bellissimo. Your awakening won't be so pleasant.
What the hell is all this racket? If I get you, I'll... Oh, fuck.
Bellissimo, I have come for you.
For me? But that's... Who are you and... What do you want?
I have many titles and names. I am the ruler of the corrupted and the damned. And you are coming with me. Straight to hell.
But wait, there must be some mistake. There are no corrupted souls here. I'm a good man. And more importantly, a good Christian. Maybe you've just lost your way, huh? Try the hole.
What?
That's a tavern. You'll find more sinners there than you can shake a stick at. I'm an honest old man, I swear. That is, an honest man in his prime.
Is an honest man someone who drowns himself in booze every day?
Booze? Me? That's just bad digestion. No matter what I drink, it all ferments in my stomach. That's how I've always been. And it's the same with food. Honestly, no matter what I eat, I always throw up tripe soup.
Tell me, is it honest to lie with harlots? And even with another man's wife?
But that was just once. Maybe twice at most. And if you mean the baker's wife, that wasn't my fault. I honestly thought I was kneading dough. I didn't notice she was leaning over the trough.
And all the lying? Do you think that's honest too?
It's tough, Lord of Hell. I'm not really well learned. How am I supposed to always tell the truth when half the time I don't even know what it is? Sometimes things just slip out.
Enough! 3 answers. 3 lies you've given.
3 lies? Oh, dear Lord. I mean, Lord of Darkness, have mercy on my vessel. My vessel of sin. I haven't done anything that wicked. Certainly, I had a few drinks and made up a story or two, but who hasn't? I don't have any truly big sins.
Shut your mouth! The time for excuses is over. Now I'll crush you with my hoof until there's nothing left of you but dust.
No, please! Keep your hoof on the earth. And me too, Lord of Hell. I've repented, I swear.
You call that repentance? Having a mass said in exchange for a painting? That's just greed and avarice.
Please, Lord of Hell, give me one more chance. Just one. Tell me what to do, and I promise I'll make it amends.
Very well. If you leave immediately on foot for Rome, never looking back, praying 3 Hail Marys in every town along the way, and finally asking the Holy Father for forgiveness, I'll spare you.
I swear, I promise by all that's holy, I'll pack up first thing in the morning.
Did you not hear me? I said immediately.
Right now? But it's so dark.
As dark as your soul, bullshit-imo. Shall I tear it to shreds?
No, please. That won't be necessary. If now, then now. Thank you, Lord of Hell. I promise I'll do everything just as you said.
Congratulations, my friend. You've just landed yourself a very important job for the Sedlets Monastery.
What? So, Bellissimo...
Well, for some unknown reason, he decided to walk all the way to Rome to beg the Holy Father for forgiveness.
Ha! You really pulled it off, Henry. Or should I say, Lord of the Underworld? Finally. Soon it'll all come together, Voiter. You'll see.
I'd really like to know about your past. After Burkhard, the Basilisks, and Bellissimo, I'm a bit worried what else could be in store for me.
I'm sorry you feel that way. And you're right. You've done so much for me. You deserve some real answers.
Go on then.
It's just that... You have to understand, there are things I haven't spoken to anyone about in quite some time. And some I've never spoken about. But I have an idea. To the northeast of Malashov, among the trees, is a small abandoned dugout. It's not hard to find. It's close to the road. Go there and take a good look around. When you're finished, come back and we can talk about what you saw.
So, you're sending me on another errand?
No. I just want you to see some things before we talk about them. It will be easier for me that way.
So, I'm not going to find anyone who robbed you, who you want me to interrogate, or that's been living in your head for years?
Not this time, my friend. Really. I used to spend a lot of time there, and I feel that once you see it, it'll all be easier to explain.
All right, I'll go there. But if there's another odd surprise waiting for me there, I'll show you. Can I still help you with something? Or do you already have everything you need for your opus magnum?
No, a helping hand is always welcome. I need to wrap up all the commissions I've started, and I can't manage it on my own. Lately, I've been painting maybe too much. The last ones were a signboard for the armorer and decorations for the fortress in Shitoki. But I haven't been paid for either yet.
So you want me to go and collect the coin? With a beggar's sack in one hand and a hammer to break some bones in the other?
It won't be that wild. I'll take care of the armorer myself. But if you could go to Shitoki instead of me, I'd be very grateful. It's a bit more complicated there.
How so?
The bailiff there promised me a precious stone as payment for the decorations. Lapis lazuli, from which the most beautiful blue under the sun can be made. But then he changed his mind and wanted to pay me in groschen, which I naturally refused. I want that stone.
Why did the bailiff change his mind about the gem?
Oh, he started telling me it's his lucky talisman, and that he'll still need it. He's building a fortress for the gentry there, and he's expecting an inspection or something.
Wouldn't you prefer a groschen? You could spruce this place up a bit. How much did he even offer you?
It wasn't a small amount, I'll admit, but this is a matter of principle. Promises must be kept, and you can't mix ultramarine from groschen.
And are you sure the bailiff actually has this gem? He might just be trying to string you along.
I've seen it. Well, just for a moment. He doesn't trust anyone with something like that and keeps it in his pocket. But he's definitely got it.
And how do you imagine I'll get the gem off the bailiff, if he wouldn't give it to you?
But you, Henry, are a man of many talents, aren't you? You'll think of something. To start with, it wouldn't hurt to just have a word with him.
What if he simply refuses to hand it over?
If words fail, You'll have to defend my interests in another way. I'm no minstrel, after all. I'm a craftsman. My work has an agreed-upon value, and I won't tolerate anyone spreading rumors that I work for promises and goodwill.
So what should I do?
Well, I painted a coat of arms and a nice ribbon below it on their fortress. It could really use an inscription. Something that tells everyone they didn't pay me for it.
All right. I'll try to get that gem from the bailiff.
Excellent. Meanwhile, I'll collect payment from the armorer. Thank you, Henry. And don't forget, rather than leaving empty-handed, better to repaint my artwork.
I apologize.
What happened? Why are you all covered in blood?
That painting here in the room, it's the work of Voita the painter, isn't it?
Aye, he paints well, but he's a terribly peculiar fella. What about it?
Oh, the fortress is painted, but the promised reward is nowhere to be seen. I've come for it.
Oh, I see. And leave me be, I've got bigger worries. I offered him a heap of groschen, but he wouldn't have it, so he can stuff it.
Voita said that for his work, you promised him something else. He says you've got some expensive stone. Lapis? Lazuli? They use it to make blue pigment.
Well, I do have it, but I offered him a better reward. I need that gemstone more than he does.
Why do you need that gemstone so badly?
It brings me luck, and I need that now. After Lady Anna of Waldstein died, her acquaintance arrived here to oversee the fortress construction. Her name's Adela of Minishek, and I need to impress her. The construction, it's not going as well as expected. The Master Fabian says otherwise. Plus, I think I might have a chance with Lady Adela. If you understand me, as one man to another.
So how about making an impression on Lady Adela in another way? After all, a noble woman like her must have plenty of precious stones of her own.
That's probably true. Adela is always with that guard of hers, Jedlichka. Or by day she sits outside under the willow watching the construction.
See? Then forget about some luck hidden in a magic stone and make some grand gesture.
Well, I could have something written on the wall. You're from that painter, aren't you? Do you know how to write?
I do, but I know how you are with payment. I think I should write what a pinch purse you are instead.
Oh, wait, I've got an idea. I'll dazzle Adela with my chivalry.
Excuse me, are you a knight or what?
Well, not exactly, but I'm a burgher. I've got a sword and armour, and I'm not a bad swordsman. That will surely enchant Adela. We'll do it like this. When Lady Adela is sitting under the willow again, watching the construction, you'll join her and seriously insult her. Then I'll just happen to walk by, see it, challenge you to a duel, and beat you in front of her. Good impression guaranteed.
All right, let's do it your way.
Really? I mean, great. I'll get my armour and sword ready. You wait until Adela sits under the willow, outside in front of the fortress near the bridge. That's where you'll insult her. She's usually there most of the day, but definitely at noon.
I understand. So, be ready.
Will we meet again?
This must be the painting. I could improve it, like Walter suggested. Painted, but not paid for.
Yeah, real funny.
Give up!
Piss off!
Enough!
Enough! I give up!
You're not gonna fuck with me. Pay a fine or I'll lock you up in the pillory. You'll get over your foolish idea.
All right, I'll pay. I don't want any...
Very well. I'm sorry.
So, I went to Pshitaki and did as you hinted.
What? Oh, right. So you improved my painting?
I wrote something on the ribbon. Painted, but not paid for. Once someone who can read sees it, there'll be a fine scandal.
A worthy signature for a master. I'd rather I'd got hold of that gemstone, though. Maybe... No, I'm sure it would enhance my work. But we'll work something out.
Is something the matter? You seem a bit off.
What? Me? Oh, no. And thank you, Henry. I did manage to sort something out with the armourer, though only halfway. He had no groschen, so he paid me with a cuirass. I've already sketched it, in case I ever paint a knight, but otherwise it's no use to me. You know, take it for all your effort.
Wow. Thank you.
But now, back to work. Quickly before... Oh dear.
How's that grand piece of yours coming along?
How? I'm not sure. Sometimes it feels like... No. That's Henry.
Yeah, of course I'm Henry. Are you sure you're all right?
Be quiet.
What's happening? You look just as absent-minded as when you were painting at that Velez shrine.
Yeah. I'm painting, aren't I?
What the... Voiter, hey! Do you even see me?
What? Oh, sorry. Do you think we could have a talk? It's important. Actually, it's something I've never told anyone about.
Go on then. What's the matter?
The thing is... Damn! How do I start? You've got to know me a bit by now, and even though you've seen once or twice what an odd fellow I am, you're still here. So... maybe I can confide in you about one thing. Remember how I told you at Velez's shrine that the place spoke to me? And that in my head I keep hearing Burkhard must die? Well, I meant that more seriously than you might think. Saying all this... But sometimes I really feel as though someone's talking to me, whispering and telling me what to paint. And other times, it's screaming so loud, it bursts my ears. I'm not sure how to explain it better, any more than I could tell a blind person what the color green looks like. But lately, ever since I heard Burkhard was in the Trotsky region, well... I'm just scared. Scared stiff of that endless shrieking, tearing my mind apart.
I'd like to give you some advice. But with this matter, you should probably see a priest.
So I can end up on the pyre? No thanks. I was hoping that now Burkhard's dead, it would all just go away. But no, that damned screaming is only getting louder and louder.
Couldn't it all be something like a sign from God? Plenty of people have heard voices, haven't they? The Lord spoke to Moses through a burning bush. And what about Abraham? God spoke to him too.
You're right there, friend. But my voice sounds different. We all know stories of people the Lord spoke to. But I'm afraid it's someone else who's speaking to me. Someone from down below.
And could I help you with that in some way?
Maybe you could. At least for a while. I once told a herbalist I was having nightmares, and he brewed me a vile concoction. When I drink it regularly, and say an Our Father at the same time, it helps me quite a bit. Only now I've run out, and I've neither the time nor the energy to brew more. I thought I had enough left to finish the painting, and then it wouldn't be needed. But I miscalculated.
Wouldn't you rather I brew you something I already know how to make? Maybe a decoction of lemon balm and oregano. Used in the right proportions, it can calm a person nicely. And if I add nettles, you'll also sleep better.
I bow to your knowledge, but I'm afraid ordinary herbs aren't enough for my troubles.
So I can run off and get your medicine from the herbalist, right?
He could be anywhere by now. He wasn't the most honest man. That's why I didn't just buy the concoction from him back then, but the recipe as well.
Couldn't you take it to some apothecary and have a new batch brewed?
Oh, not in these parts. I spent years building a good reputation here. I don't want folk knowing about this. Understand, my problem isn't a sore leg. I can't keep going to any random sawbones.
All right. I'll brew that remedy of yours. Or at least have a go.
Don't worry. The hardest part is finding all the ingredients. Getting mandrake roots and a river pearl was always a struggle for me. And I don't have the strength for it now. But luckily, you only need one of each. Then you add 2 handfuls of ordinary sage, boil it in some vinegary wine, and it's done.
Mandrake? What's that?
It's a very strange root. It looks quite like a tiny, chubby man, but it's no laughing matter. It mostly grows in graveyards. Try asking the local gravedigger about it. His name's František.
What about the river pearl? Don't tell me you expect me to pinch some wealthy townswoman's necklace.
I wouldn't advise that. Often they're fake. Better go straight to the source. Pearl mussels. They're a kind of clam. There used to be plenty of them in a spot in the stream above Denmark. If you set out from Kuttenberg going south along the stream, you'll come across it. You'll recognize it because there are trees growing in the middle of the stream. But be careful. Pearls are valuable, and that place isn't exactly a secret. There's a good chance you won't be the only one hunting there.
All right. I'll manage somehow. Try to get some rest while I fetch that mandrake brew for you.
Henry, I don't even deserve you. Thank you.
Greetings. What brings you here so early in the morning?
Greetings. I've heard you might have mandrake growing around here. Is that true?
Mandrake, eh? Maybe so. But first tell me, can you fight?
Fight? What's that got to do with anything?
A lot, let me tell you. So, do you know how to handle yourself or not?
Sure. I can fight. Once, back in a Skalitz tavern, I got a chair smashed over my head and I stayed on my feet. Then 6 blokes jumped me and thrashed me, but I didn't cry.
Damn, that doesn't sound very encouraging. But what can be done? Maybe we'd at least scare them off if there's 2 of us.
Who are you trying to scare? What are you even talking about?
I need to teach a few people a proper lesson. If you help me, we can talk about that mandrake of yours. What do you say?
All right, out with it. What do you need help with?
There's a gang of thieving scoundrels skulking around here. They keep breaking into the mortuary, and I'm afraid they'll soon start disturbing the departed underground as well. And they're not even after valuables like normal thieves. These filthy swine cut off ears, yank out teeth, shear off hair, and once they even... No, I won't say that out loud.
Why exactly would they steal such things?
Why do you think? They sell them as amulets. No one's ever offered you a maiden spray to put under your pillow so you'll sleep better?
And how am I supposed to help?
How? We'll punch their faces in together, so next time they'll think twice about disturbing my dearly departed. I'm not about to bother the town guard with this, am I?
I see. And do you know where these thieves are?
No, but that doesn't matter. They come night after night, so if we lie in wait, they'll definitely show up.
All right then, we'll deal with your thieves. But I want the mandrake afterward. Got it?
If we pull it off, you'll get all the mandrake you can carry. Now come on, let's warm up a bit and wait for those wretches.
Let's go, lads. He can't be here now. Are you sure? We've been here several times already. Of course. What would that old codger be doing here so late?
Cheeky bugger. Get ready, Henry. Just you wait! This old codger will give you a hiding now!
I'll get you!
Ah! We'll finish this quickly.
Fuck her! We gave them a good thrashing. That was something.
You've got some nerve. What were you thinking? Killing folk?
Folk? They were thieves.
And you're judge and executioner in one? Get out of here before I drag you out with my teeth. And you'll get no mandrake root. I'm keeping it locked up tight. Take care and consider taking a bath, eh?
it open. I always close the door.
This might be the place. Looks like someone's already searching here.
Huh? Enough! Nice too!
What?
You!
Lend me your ears, good people. Our esteemed counselors and swordsmen's fraternity will soon start the city tournament. Careful.
Fountain? Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city. Maybe I overboiled it a bit. Brought you that mandrake decoction of yours. What'd you say?
Looks like yours clouded up. Same as mine always does. Oh, and I can smell that cursed stench even through the cork. What that herbalist made back then was more bearable. But not to look a gift horse.
Well, hopefully it'll cure you.
Ah, it won't happen, I'm afraid. This brew is like the liquor you'd share with a friend you've fallen out with. It smooths things over for a while, then the hangover comes. Unfortunately, I have nothing better.
How exactly does that voice of yours sound? What does it actually say?
It mostly wants me to paint, as much as possible. Sometimes it even gives me tips. But other times, sometimes it tells me awful things. It tempts me. But let's not speak of it anymore, please. I'd like to drink that decoction of yours and get back to work.
Have you ever tried dealing with that voice in some other way?
Of course I have. I went to a priest, a sorcerer, a soothsayer, and a beggar who fancied himself as some sort of wizard. But I never dared tell any of them as much as I've told you. I also ate every herb I could find, drank every concoction, inhaled powders, and had leeches applied to my legs. The last thing left on my list is to have a hole drilled in my head. Maybe then that voice would fly out.
I'm still surprised you told me so openly.
As I said, I trust you more than most. We've seen plenty of strange things together, and you never ran off or went to fetch the Inquisitor.
Well, come to think of it, there might be a decent reward in that.
But you wouldn't enjoy it for long, believe me. I'd cast some spell on you.
Right. As they say, bottoms up.
I hope I don't grow a third leg from this. Cheers.
So, did that decoction work for you?
We'll have to wait and see. It takes time to take effect. In the meantime, I suppose I ought to get back to work, right? I really don't feel like it. But I've only got St. Vitus's face left, plus a few little details. Then someone needs to put it all together. My paintings are only one part of it.
And what other parts, besides your painting, does this altar have?
Aside from the shrine itself, mostly wooden figurines. Which reminds me, Plunk the carpenter, who's making all of those, should have finished long ago. I'll have to check in on him once I'm feeling a bit better.
Where are these carpenters you're working with from?
They've got a workshop right here in town. I hoped that would speed things up, but I might have been wrong. They're always behind schedule.
If you're still not feeling well, I can go and see those carpenters for you.
Oh, I'd be really grateful. Tell Master Plonk I sent you personally. He'll listen to that.
Plank the carpenter, eh? And where can I find him?
His workshop's just a short way from here. Go to the fountain, then head for the city gate. You'll see it on your left.
Christ, pardon me. Watch out with that weapon. There.
What are you doing with that?
Here you are, you thief! Give up!
I surrender!
Ah! Here you've been. Don't think you'll pay.
Take me away.
Now
Have a look.
You won't. I'll.
Fuck. Ah, what a disgrace. I need to get out of here.
Come and get some wonderful horse and take a look.
Market!
Quality good.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of buying a rowboat, or maybe a punt.
What do you want a boat? Where's it coming from?
Here we are.
Did you sleep in a barn or what?
Well, I apologise for the stench. Sometimes I have to spend the night in the forest.
Careful.